Our next step in the workflow is to look at normals. And how I do this is, first off, I hit N on the keyboard and then go down to normals. I have all my faces highlighted and I can see the normals. And I can do the normal size and reduce it down. You have to check if all these little blue lines are facing out. If they are, you're good to go. If they are not, you have to take some time and recalculate and flip direction. So here's an example. If these were not flipped the correct way, I would have to go in here to normals and I'd say flip direction. So you might see a mesh that looks kind of like that. In that case, you have to flip direction and recalculate. In most cases, I will recalculate the entire thing. Make sure they're all going the right way. And then what I'll do is go in here and make them soft. Okay, you do that by doing smooth shading. Okay, so smooth shading is on. Just to make sure. And what that does is put these things at a different angle. So if you have an angle like this, it tries to soften up this edge. We're going to soften up even further. So I'm going to turn off this and go back to solid. And we're going to work on the shading part. See, when I go like this in solid, see how I can see these lines in here every once in a while? Those are shading issues. So to rectify them, we can add a multi-resolution and subdivide it up. Then what I like to do is go with the sculpt tool with smooth on and smooth off all the harsh angles that might create back faces or flip geometry. So I'll just go in here and sometimes I'll turn the strength up even. Just like that. There is no detail yet, so we can do this. Do this all along the edges that I think are too close together. And I do it on all the harsh seams, like this, a little harsh, a little harsh. Then I'll do it here. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this because there's one thing I forgot to do. So nothing's changed now. I'm going to add the modifier back in and just subdivide it. The one thing you have to do with certain things, you have to turn on symmetry X. Okay? And it will only affect things that are symmetrical. So right here, not symmetrical, but I still have to go through it. If I want to turn it off just for the face mask, I can. But the horns are symmetrical, so I will have to add or make sure I have that on. Okay, now I'll just turn that on. Pretty big seam in the back of this I don't want. Some pinching stuff going on there. It's okay to leave a little bit behind, but having too much pinching will lead to really weird anomalies within your normal map. Like this, for example. Okay, now when you're done, you hit this button called Apply Base. Okay, let me hit N to get rid of that. Apply Base. Okay. Then I'll go down a few levels and look at the mask. Let's look at it with wireframe on. Look at that. Nice, easy spacing now. Nothing flopping over. Right? Look at that. Nice. Down below, same thing. Now I am seeing a little bit of a shading issue right here. So I'm going to choose to inflate that area. So sculpt mode with inflate on. And I'm just inflating this a little bit. Looks like that did a nice job. The horns they got a nice little line going in here. That's good. Without doing too harsh. This is a nice transition in here now. Okay, so what they've done is made it so all the normals that are at a better angle. In the next video, we look at the next step.